The Blood of Dawnwalker gameplay overview. They released 20 minutes or about 20 minutes of raw gameplay. We eating this. We're watching this. Let's go. The following video presents actual gameplay footage from a work-in-progress pre-beta version of the game. Already sounds like
Hello,
The
my
Witcher
name
3.
is Daniel Sadowski and I'm the design director at Rebel Wolves. I would like to welcome you to the Blood of Dawnwalker summer gameplay video. Our game is a story-driven, open-world dark fantasy RPG set in medieval Europe. The game is currently in pre-beta stage, and what we are going to show you is just a part
It's a
of
new
one
stage.
of the mid-game quests.
There's
It's
alpha,
a really cool story involving
beta, and
legendary
there's
swords
pre-beta.
and a haunted almshouse. But today, we'll focus on showcasing our gameplay
Stop with the
systems.
jokes.
We're starting on the outskirts of Svartrau, the game's largest city and the capital of Vale Sangora. From here, we could head anywhere the eye can see, explore ancient ruins, or sabotage vampire blood transports. But it's not just about where or when you go. It's also about how you approach the main quest and shape the story, making each playthrough uniquely your own. For now, we're following the road. Cole is on his way to the city's cathedral, chasing leads about a powerful weapon said to be hidden in its crypts. But first, we'll have to deal with some bandits who camped out by the main road.
Always bandits. That's like it's kind of like a classic.
The world is dense with quests, random encounters, and locations steep in lore.
What I can say right now, like from what I can see right now, I don't really like the UI on the screen. Like the colors, like let's say of the just on the left side, it's just like it looks a little bit too simple to my taste. Maybe a little bit more like it's just like a simple bar, red bar, gray bar, orange bar, like and also we have this quests on the right side appearing. It sort of looks like MMO type of UI, and I don't really like it. But maybe they're gonna change it and make it better.
This will be a great opportunity to show you our
Okay, and the bar on the top of the enemies, NPCs, enemy NPCs also not really. It doesn't really look good. But
combat system.
let's see.
Our goal was to make the player feel like a real swordmaster who closely observes his enemies. We'll begin this fight by using acrid dust to stun one of the enemies. Now, when you attack, you choose one of 4 directions: up, down, left, or right,
Okay.
in order to hit the opponent where he's unable to parry. And
Sort of like what's that game from Ubisoft? I forgot the name of it. For Honor.
similarly, when defending, you have to take note of the enemy's intent and the direction of the attack. On the left side of the screen, just above Cohen's health, you have activation charges that will be filled in with each successful attack, block, and parry. If they are full, you can use one of the active abilities which allow you to take a more tactical approach to fighting. We started the fight by throwing some acrid dust, and now let's cast Burning Blood. It's a hex which boils the enemy's blood and burns.
I like the switch, like the camera, and it's showing like sort of this like a cinematic kind of moment and animation
Their skin.
when you're using an ability.
Full damage over time.
You can see it on the body actually. It's kind of cool.
Time to finish this fight. Let's use the final activation charge to cast the archery.
Deal 40 damage, beheading.
Oh,
Oh!
the last opponent.
You know what? I like it.
Quickly dispatch the bandits. So let's loot a few items they've left behind and open the inventory.
As much as I like gameplay, this I don't like the UI. I just can't. Like, well,
First of all,
we'll see.
let's replenish our health by eating something. And then take a closer look at this cool looking weapon we just picked up.
No, okay. This thing, it's a mistake. So we're gonna have like purple, orange, blue, green, rare type of weapons, and then inventory is gonna get full like all the way, and we have to look at 2672 damage, 1 parry window plus 1%, and then it's gonna be plus 2%, plus 3%. Oh my god. Okay. Maybe I'm wrong, but I hope it's not what I think it is.
Ah, it has better stats than our current weapon, so let's equip it right now.
Okay.
We've also leveled up, so let's use the opportunity to spend the newly acquired skill point in one of Cohen's skill trees.
Let me see the skill tree quick.
The newly acquired skill point in
Hexes last 10% longer, hexes last 20% longer, hexes have 20% chance to deal additional damage on hit, hexes last 30% longer, critical chance 20. Okay. I guess it's fine. It's kind of Ubisoft kind of style skill tree.
The skills in the Blood of Dawnwalker
or like Fallout 4 kind of skill tree.
One for vampire and one shared between the two.
Okay.
We also have an active abilities panel. We can use it to unlock additional abilities to use during combat.
Additional ability.
Note that during the day, the health bar is not regenerating. You need to find consumables like the one we've just eaten. The hexes we've just used also consume some of Cohen's health. Be aware of that. The way our magic system works, there's always a price to pay for manipulating reality. But we can make it sting a bit less.
I like
Let's
it.
level up the Frugal Witchcraft skill, so next time we'll cast a hex, it'll consume fewer of Cohen's health points. Now that we've wrapped up the encounter with the bandits, we can be on our way to get inside the city. Right now, Cohen hasn't done enough to ruffle the Vampire Lord's feathers, so the gods will just wave us through. But the more damage you cause, the more suspicious and aggressive they'll become. So when you play the game yourself, you'll have to decide whether you want to challenge the vampires openly, or lay low until you're ready to strike and surprise them.
Mm-hmm. Damn. You're kind of feeling this like Kingdom Come vibes a little bit. No, I mean I know what.
This is the rich district of the city, Silverkreis.
Like every time when I would walk through the gates in Kingdom Come, I would just look up and it just like looks huge walls and everything.
There's also Altenmarkt, Neustadt, and the Middens.
Mm-hmm.
Each of the boroughs has its own feel and character.
The music is like the Witcher 3 music.
Is Brancis's castle, Greifberg. He took it over
similar. And it's not a bad thing at all.
Skander, as shown in the trailer we shared with you earlier in January this year. In order to complete the main quest and save your family, you'll have to storm the castle, alone or with help of friendly NPCs.
Okay.
We could do it right now if we wanted, but it would be super challenging.
Mm-hmm. So you can kind of just go and try to finish the game as early as you can. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I love this. I love this. So the game is not trying to hold you by this arbitrary kind of, not arbitrary actually, but sort of like a defined how would you say that, like gameplay. So okay, so forget, scratch it, whatever I want to say, but just say like the game basically is not holding you back necessarily by establishing this like barriers there and there, like a level barrier, or I mean there is a barrier in terms of like, okay, it's gonna be challenging but it's still possible to do. But there is games that will say like, let's say the same if you play the Assassin's Creed Shadows or recent Assassin's Creed games, like if you have like a level lesser than 1 or 2 than the enemies have, you will not be able to beat them, or you will be, but it will be not. It will be 100% not a fair fight where they will just one shot you because your level is just lower. But in this game, it's probably going to be difficult to finish it right away off the bat if you decided to, but it's not really that impossible. If it makes sense, I hope it makes sense. Basically, the game is not holding you back.
Let's check the map.
You can almost do whatever you want.
There's plenty of other places to see and things to do here. A couple of inns, a medic, a blacksmith, an armorer, and other merchants.
It's pretty basic. I don't know what else you need.
You can see that not only the vampires came out of the shadows. This creature on the right is called an Uriash. Look around, especially at night, and you'll learn humans have lots to fear, not just the vampires.
So it's okay, that's pretty cool. I thought it's just humans and vampires at first.
Here we can see guards pounding on some poor.
But it's like a full-on fantasy world.
It's just one of many different community scenes we're implementing in the game. Watch them closely when you play, as they might point you to new quests and hidden treasures, or signal changes in the game's world.
I humbly beg of thee.
Ouch! I don't want to say it, Mum.
Is he gonna talk to anyone, or he's just gonna walk around? It looks beautiful though, 100%. Like, I love The Witcher 3. It has The Witcher 3 vibes.
Okay, we are
And it's just amazing overall.
Again, since Cohen isn't yet wanted by the vampire regime, and it's daytime, we can simply walk inside.
Invisible loading. Vampire regime. I like the sound of it.
The baptism of a newborn is a solemn moment, doubly so.
He even looks like kind of like Geralt. He has a scar on his face, the eye, the hair.
Bringing happiness to its parents and to the congregation. Natus ex sanguine est, alitur sanguine, et in sanguine morietur. Ego te baptizo in nomine Dei. Amen.
Let me guess, that old man is a vampire. Or maybe this lady. Too late. Walk with me to that small booth over there on the side. Okay.
From somewhere, young man. Laslia, maybe.
Time to decide.
Sorry, but you must be mistaken.
Am I? Perhaps. Perhaps. My memory isn't what it used to be. Come with me. I'll take your confession.
Very well. Isn't the same...
But I have no need
Wait
for
a
confession.
second. I think like...
Thank you.
I think the same sign you can see The Witcher 3. Maybe I'm mistaken.
Thank you, but I have no need for confession.
Ah, so you deem your conscience clear?
You must be busy. Clean as it can be.
Far. But I'm sure you're a busy man, Father. So while I appreciate the offer, I feel that my soul shouldn't be your priority.
I won't press the matter. You are quite correct. I have many other duties to attend to. But please remember that in order to be saved, we all need to repent. Myself included. I hope we can speak again soon. Good day to you, Cohen.
Wait, he knows his name or optional? Question people in the
What we saw
cathedral.
right here was just one of many cutscenes we recorded for the game, which smoothly transitioned into a dialogue scene. We use cutscenes to highlight key scenes or showcase interesting bits of lore. Like this blood baptism. Creepy, isn't it? The core feature of the Blood of Dawnwalker is the dual gameplay loop. Remember, Cohen may be a human during the day, but he turns into a vampire at night.
That's pretty
And
cool.
has a different set of skills at his disposal. And this is just one variable that affects our quests. Depending on
Oh,
when you
I just noticed the time. Well, I see, like, can you see on the right here? This is basically, I think this is the time. Yeah. I was just thinking, like, so the time, like, the time is gonna change in real life, or you have to choose it. Apparently, you don't have a choice. So, like, it's just going by itself, which is pretty cool.
a particular quest,
So
but
you're
check
always gonna have this, like, a sense of, like, oh, I have to do this fast. I have to do this immediately, and I have to plan what I want to do. And maybe you won't be able to do everything in one time. Like, oh, I have this night, and I have to do this, like, 5, 6, 7 different quests. But you're only gonna be able to do maybe 1, 2, or 3, and you have to make a bunch of sacrifices. That's pretty cool. I hope it's gonna be like
choices you
that.
made earlier, whom you befriended, or whom you've angered, your gameplay and story experience will be very, very different. So each quest is a complex structure with multiple possible paths leading to the end goal.
Okay.
We maximize players' freedom and agency, offering you a narrative sandbox to play in. I wonder what secrets may be concealed up there, just beyond Cohen's reach. And how do we get there? It's impossible to do during the day, but come night, it's an entirely different story. Let us explain what we mean by taking our current quest as an example. During the day, we got inside the cathedral without any problems, since it's open for all to see and Cohen doesn't yet stand out from the crowd. The scaffolds, though, are outside of his reach. But climbing them won't be a problem for the vampire, who has many more exploration abilities at his disposal. Bear in mind, Cohen has not completed the quest yet. What's more, there are still a few clues to be found in order to solve this story. It's worth mentioning that narrative sandbox also means that we may completely abandon this quest and follow a different path to defeat Brensis. For today, we're focusing on the gameplay part, so let's see how we could tackle this particular quest during the night. We're starting right after dusk, as a vampire, on the rooftops of Svatro. Right now, we have 22 days left to complete this goal.
Okay.
This counter is always displayed and you'll be
Is it Rescue Your Family 22 Days? Is it the main quest? The Blood of Dawnwalker. It seems like it's the main quest.
warned each time it's pushed forward. So you have to be aware of the time, and it's more of a resource you'll be spending than a racing clock. As a vampire, you'll see and experience the world from a different perspective. You can travel quickly and easily access places beyond the reach of regular humans. Let us show you what we mean. This is Shadow Step, a unique vampiric ability allowing Cohen to jump to almost any place within his reach.
Like in like in
Now,
Dishonored.
let's take a good look around.
Oh my god, my voice. Oh.
This ability highlights objects of interest and loot. And there is something right here. This time it's just some items to grab, but on other occasions, who knows, you might come across a hidden quest. Looks like our health is quite low. This is because, as a vampire, your health bar also represents your hunger level, and you start each night thirsting for blood. Remember, you have to quench this appetite in order to make full use of your vampire abilities, and rein in your monstrous nature around NPCs. Otherwise, you may end up draining someone important, which may lead to unpredictable consequences.
Can you fully drain them? Can you or maybe you can just
someone who is
drink a little bit?
all alone,
Just sip?
like this drunkard. Let's grab him and use Voracious Bite ability.
Maybe you don't have to drink
Unless
everything.
you lose control due to hunger, you get to decide how much blood to drink.
Okay,
You
nice.
can drink
Nice.
just a bit and knock your victim unconscious, or go all the way and kill them.
Okay, that's a kill.
And if you're adamant you don't want to hurt innocent humans, you can drink from animals and some other creatures.
Huh. You know what it reminds me of? The game that I'm just playing on YouTube, on my streams. What's Vampire, the Masquerade, Bloodlines. Like you can also have an option to drink people, but if you fully drink them, of course they die. But if you drink just like 75%, they will be alive.
Finally, we are at the cathedral, but it seems to be closed for the night.
I like that you have an
The
option
entrance
to
gate
leave
is
people
well
behind.
guarded. Let's find another way in.
What about using the teleport? Bro, isn't his mouth covered in blood?
Shadow Step is not the only vampiric ability you're gonna learn during your playthrough. Cohen can also use Plane Shift to scale walls and even ceilings smoothly.
Huh. Yo! Right in front of the
This
people?
will allow us to explore every nook and cranny of the cathedral.
Sorry. Keep coughing. Uh-huh. I'm a huge fan of vertical gameplay. When you have options to go up and down, like... I mean, most of the games have it now. But some games make it more interesting, you know, like where you have to think a little bit.
Is that a ritual for the blood gods?
Ritual for the blood guards.
They're covering up the old paintings. Why? One of the workers must have left it. Seems that the cathedral complex is quite big.
It kind of reminds me of, again, there have a lot of comparisons with the game, The Witcher 3. Also, you kind of walk around and you're just interacting with things, and the main character just says things out loud that's supposed to help you out.
Building, cloisters, inner courtyard. The entrance to the crypt could be anywhere. Won't get anything done just standing around. Still.
This was a scene investigation, a mechanic we used to zoom in on and showcase key clues.
Okay.
This time we had a chance to learn more about the vampire's plans. Looks like they're keen to cover up the old frescoes, so that's something we could take a look at. This way we could learn more about the cathedral's past. Looks like we aren't alone here. Underneath us there's a group of blood guards, soldiers hooked up on vampire blood, which makes them stronger. And one of Brances's vampire allies. It's Xanthi, the oldest vampire in Vale Sangora, and quite a powerful lady. Let's descend and check what's going on.
Is he gonna fight her? It's young girl.
Don't think I don't see you skulking in the shadows. Come out. You're interfering with my task. Who are you?
Cohen. Doesn't matter. He didn't come
It doesn't
here.
matter.
Very well. I don't have time for interruptions. Let us dispose of him. Quickly.
I wonder what would happen if he would just say his name.
Cohen is using his claws to attack when in vampire form. Blood guards are dual-wielding opponents. Their attacks are pretty strong. Of course, even when fighting with claws, combat is still directional. Don't worry, Cohen can still use his sword as a vampire.
Okay, I was just about to ask, can you use your sword? Maybe your sword can do more damage.
Only after defeating all three of the blood guards, Xanthi deems Cohen worthy of a challenge, and she descends to face him. She uses her blood control powers to cast a multitude of attacks, like her blood whips that hit Cohen from left and right. Xanthi is protected.
It's like a what's the game called? Hellblade gameplay, where you focus on just one enemy and you fight them one at a time, and you get sometimes this cool animations playing.
Powerful vampire ability. Once her stamina runs out.
Or also God of War. I was thinking about those two games.
Will have an opportunity to strike and deal some damage. But be careful, because Xanthi is quick to counterattack, and she will also try to restore her blood. Meanwhile, look at the indicator just below her health and stamina. It's a timer for the boiling blood skill that you've seen in the CGI trailer. So
I don't remember that one.
Hurry, the timer goes down to 0, and Cohen will eventually explode.
Wait, what?
And we're dead.
Wait,
Remember, we were only mid-game here, and Xanthi is one of the game's most punishing enemies. Defeating her right here and right now is very much possible, but it would be hellishly difficult. A fun challenge for hardcore players.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Otherwise, we could load the game and explore the cathedral without drawing her attention. Or try to get to her while she's not surrounded by bodyguards. Xanthi, like all other vampire allies, has her own questline. Explore it, and you can learn more about her past, motivations, and maybe even try to reason with her. What you do is entirely up to you. Remember, our design principle is the narrative sandbox. There is no difference between main quests and side quests. There's just different stories that you weave together into your own unique adventure.
That's what I like about it.
That's coming in 2026. For now, I'd like to thank you for joining me on this gameplay video presentation in the coming months, so stay tuned for any updates being posted on our social media profiles. Goodbye.
Good. I've been saying this before. I'm a huge narrative guy. I like stories. Like, there's some people that like gameplay over stories. I'm the guy who's like, if the game has a pretty good story, like quests and everything, I can close my eyes on some gameplay issues or some gameplay features that I don't like. In this game, so far, what I noticed, there is several important things to keep in mind. First of all, again, I already said this, I don't really like the UI, but you know what? It's fine. The way it is, it's working, it's pretty, it's not confusing, and it does its job. So like, I don't have a problem with it. Like, everything was kind of simple, but they could have maybe hired like a UI designer, make it a little bit better, but doesn't matter. This thing that worries me a lot, like the green thing, the red thing, the gray thing, the black thing. Well, I guess the black thing is like for materials. The red thing, the brown thing, color is for items that you can like can be used for quests maybe. And weapons, what it says, only silver is legal, which it makes it so valuable as it is dangerous. Is it a weapon? It could be a weapon. What worries me is that it has this looter shooter mechanic within the game where you can find purple, green, blue type of weapon, and only difference between them will be like stats. So it usually takes away from this like a special time when you find a very good weapon and that you want to stick with. So not a big fan of looter shooter mechanics like this, but again, you know, it is what it is. Another thing I want to point it out, I like the idea that you have two separate trees, skill trees for your human form and your vampiric form. The problem I see here is that I'm reading these upgrades. It's kind of boring. Like hexes last 10% longer, hexes last 20% longer, hexes have 20% chance to deal additional damage on hit. This is all boring. Like I hope there's a lot of skills, like abilities that actually like gameplay mechanics, rather than just upgrading the damage, like a percentage if, like effectiveness of abilities that you have. I hope at least like half of the skills would be something that you can actually use, rather than you can just get a little upgrade of that the same skill that you've been using. There's shared perks. There's 4 different types. There's 4 different skill trees, which is a pretty good amount. Yeah, it's not really. It doesn't really look good, but we'll see. I need to see the full game to say more. What else? But again, like the idea that you have different skill trees for different forms. What else? I like the graphics. It's good. It's not even. It's really good. Again, the UI, the same thing. Like, don't really like the UI. Like, it's too simple. I don't know. I think they could have hired like someone. Well, maybe that's the idea, to go for as simple as you can. But I think for this kind of game, what I would personally prefer is to have, if you want to go with a minimalistic, I wouldn't even call this minimalistic. Minimalistic UI is, I think it's like when you don't have almost anything on the screen. It's just your character, and there's like maybe a few things there and there. I think here I should say that I just don't like the design of the UI. Like these icons, the giant red health bars is just not my thing. But it is what it is. Again, it's a small company, small studio. So, is it a small studio? I think it's a small studio. Well, I like that they have cutscenes and cinematics. He's speaking of many different options, so like different outcomes of the mission. Like you can go in different direction, you can keep exploring, you can kill or something, but they don't really show it here. I understand why, but I think they could have picked one quest at least, where they could have tried to show like at least like 3 different possibilities for the same quest. I think they could have done it. Another thing that kind of worries me is that there's only always like 2 options, and I saw 3 options, but there's 2. Here is basically responding positively to questions or responding negatively. For narratively deep game that they're trying to describe and sell to us, these 2 options is just it doesn't seem to be like very much. But again, maybe gameplay decisions you can make will have a bigger impact, and there's more options there.
You're a busy man, Father.
Into a quests.
Yeah, the game is beautiful, definitely 100%. I like this vertical type of gameplay where you can explore the city up and down. It's pretty good. Yeah, you have this blood sucking mechanic where you can kill or not kill spare. You also mentioned you have a different option, not just drinking blood from a person, but also of animals. I wonder how that is gonna impact the your playthrough. There is this investigation kind of how would you call it, like gameplay mechanic, where you just go inside and just click. I guess are you clicking? I think you're just clicking here and here, and he's telling you a little bit. It's not really investigation, to be honest. When you have like this like camera goes in a specific angle, and then you have 3, 4, how many, 1, 2, 3, yeah, 3 points highlighted like this, you know what you need to click on. It's not really an investigation. It's a little bit primitive, but again, I guess it's fine. I don't expect this game to have like LA Noir kind of investigation where like every single detail. You have to check it, and you have to actually search yourself. What it has, it's okay. It just looks a little bit primitive. And the gameplay, a mix of God of War and Hellblade, I think.
And Cohen will eventually.
It's a little raw. It's a little like, it looks a little bit janky, but I feel like every time when you hit someone, you feel you're gonna feel an impact.
She descends. Only after defeating all 3 of the Blood Guards, Xanthi deems Cohen worthy of a challenge.
Okay, that was weird, but again, it's a pre-beta. It's not even beta. It's pre-beta. Pre-beta, like you said, pre-beta. Okay, that's pretty much it. I could say more about it, like analyze every single little thing, but I only wanted to go over the major things. Well, of course, also the fact that you have 2 different types of like day and night time, and it's very limited, and your gameplay changes depending on the day of the time of the day. It's pretty cool. I just don't buy the UI. Like it's a little too simple. I would prefer this thing like not being here. Like this UI, this icon is just, it's just like it feels too much on the screen in this specific moment. Like this quest on the right, I hope they're gonna have options where you don't see it, or you can maybe press a button on your keyboard so that the thing would appear and disappear, because it does look a little bit not. It's fine. Okay, overall, waiting. I'm waiting for this 100%.